Captain's Log, May 29th, 2026. Hello, I'm Captain Vile. Good on you, you've made it to Friday. How was my week? It kinda sucked. It was really hot. And it still kind of is. It's cooling down at the very least. I can see I'll turn my fan down. I just fat fingered the button and turned it up again after turning it down. But 29th of May, that's 2 days shy of the channel's anniversary. But I'm tried to force a rhyme there. Anywho. Channel's 4 years old. Odd feeling, I have to say. It's not... I would not say it feels like I just started the channel yesterday. It feels like I started the channel maybe 2 years ago. I think that is in part due to there just being like... The first year of the channel, I'll just flat out say it, nobody watched. Like, some violins are going back to old videos and watching and commenting on those, which is nice of them, but there are... I think I've spoken about this before, a number of just like old videos that no one has seen. I could describe the location of a dead body, and I'd get away with it because no one's seen them. But it wasn't until halfway-ish through the channel, or I guess the channel's current lifespan, that people started like watching and commenting. So I think that might be why it feels like I started the channel 2 years ago instead of 4. Because yes, I've been running the channel for 4 years, but I've not been, like... excuse me. Responding to comments or, like, having actual series that I've managed for 4 years. For 2 of them, it was just kind of... Well, I mean, however, there's almost. And I mean, like, almost 3 years. There's no, like, 2 years, but it... Yeah, it's only been, I suppose, active for half of it. So that's why it probably doesn't feel like it's actually been around for that long. But it has been. Started it in high school. But I did a Q&A stream because my favorite thing to talk about is myself. That was fun. Finally, a reasonably length stream, 2 hours. Yeah, I had fun. I do apologize for the pauses. I'm just thinking about talking points. I said earlier... Okay, I will... Here. In a community post... I don't think it was that long ago. It might be a year old. But in an old community post, I mentioned changing the channel banner. Which, I said I gotta do it by year 5. Which we're coming up on. Because as charming as the Captain Vile written by myself is, I'd rather have a more actual, like, banner than just that. And I've got, like, sketches of one that I'll when I have the time. I'm busy with several projects right now, YouTube related and otherwise. But it'll be updated soon. It's I mean I've not made any. I've not made it secret what the banner is. It's like a lineup of channel characters and myself. who I guess is a channel character, but it's whatever. So yeah, Golden God, Diamond Eye Kevin, Upname. Freddy was going to be on it, but I don't want him on it at all. I will simply have a... I gotta have a stand-in for the Crane Clan. Because they're, like, Golden God's there. But I don't want it to be him. He sucks. He's awful. I hate him and his stupid Belmet. As opposed to the Violins, who, oh, they're so fond of hyping him up. But yeah, Dark Souls 2. We're coming up on the end of that, so we're moving on to the forest. Which I've not... A friend of mine, several years ago, wanted me to play Sons of the Forest on the channel. But my computer could not handle it. And I know the Forest and the Sons of the Forest are kind of graphically heavy games, but I haven't tried this one, and I'm worried, can my computer handle this? Because it won the vote. Or I think it won the spin-off, but I think more people have since voted. I'll check, actually. For Look Outside. So if it doesn't work, funny as that would be, I guess we're swapping to Look Outside. Yeah, no, few people have voted for Look Outside. One person voted for none of them make a new vote. A bit late. It's 11 days old, this particular community post at time of recording. I've now lost my train of thought. Annoying, I yawned. What's going on about the game? I forgot what I was going on about earlier. Channel characters? The banner, I do believe. Oh, now I remember. So, even older than this post, but not that. I said this at the beginning of the year. I wanted to do several one-off videos where I play through the entirety of a short game and then edit that down into one supercut video. Or videos that are, like, games I couldn't do a playthrough on normally, but still want to play on the channel. And I've not done a single one of those. So I gotta do one of those before the year's out. I don't care what game it is. I gotta do one. There's a number of them I could do. I'm not gonna, like, go through and confirm anything now, but I do want to do one. Do a Yakuza 0, because I can't do a playthrough of that, but just play through the damn game and make one, like, 5-hour video of my entire playthrough, because it's a long-ass game. How many hours? I haven't finished it, but I've got 24 hours in Yakuza 0. I haven't played it in a year. But I've got 24 hours, and I'm not even halfway through the game. So they're it's a long game. But yeah, I'd like to get some of those done. I didn't want to do them on stream, but I feel like maybe that is a better option. I mean, I'll probably do some off-stream, just recording, and then do those, but it could be more fun. And I can, like, I don't know, you want to see the uncut version of me being an idiot for 2 hours? Be nice. Because I do want to stream more, but not routinely. I'm not sure why I'm so... I guess, again, it's the pressure of... It's the pressure of having to, like... Oh, it's say, Saturday or something. I guess I have to stream now, which I don't want to do. I don't want to have to constantly update and go, okay, there is a stream this week, or okay, there's not actually a stream this week, I don't feel like it. I would instead just say, hey, I feel like streaming this week. And then have that be the normal occurrence instead of it being a stream expected, and then I confirm or deny it. Or I guess deny it. No, instead it's the... There's no stream ever until I say there's gonna be one. But that does probably bring, going back to the anniversary, think I've mentioned a few times, I'm not gonna stop being Captain Vile. Like, even if I'll probably be doing this. I never intend to do this as a job. I feel like that would be kind of, like, weird to do as a job. I just find it as a fun hobby that I'll keep up. But I'm not gonna drop it anytime soon. And I never intend... If I have it my way, I'll be, like, retired and still doing this crap. It'll be like, oh, it's the... I don't want to say 50th anniversary of the Captain Vile thing. I'd do another audio drama. We'd have 49 Captain Vile audio dramas, because I didn't do one for the first year. I forgot. Or I didn't forget. I had a different thing planned, and I dropped it last second, and didn't have time to make anything else, so I just brushed it aside, and was like, oh, there's nothing, don't worry about it. But, no, year 2, that's when I was like, ooh, I should do audio dramas, yes. That's another thing I wanted to say. I do blame the heat and finals. I mean, finals! Work is, like, I can schedule days and whatnot, so work isn't really an issue. But school, I tell you, it is an issue for doing personal projects, because the school projects take so much damn time, because they're school projects. I have to make short films and commercials and write about them. Oh yeah, who doesn't love writing? I have to write 1,000 words about 2 commercials, which 1,000 words is not very much. That's a breeze. But like, oh yes, the scene depicts like a household and they need toilet paper or some crap. Gee, what a gas that's gonna be. Hmm? Oh well. So that's been why I've not been able to do that. The heat is a temporary thing, but that's just why this particular week has sucked. I've not gotten my work on personal projects done. I've had to focus on school ones, and then also focus on not dying of heat stroke. Which, if the weather is anything if weather apps or weather projections or anything to go by, at least end this Sunday. That's pretty aimless discussion, somewhat relating to my 4th anniversary of being a YouTuber. So, some roommate group chat. Alright. I think it's going to be another uphill show for me, since I'm going to be doing improv. I didn't forget it was the monthly show. I didn't forget this time. When was the show? I think that was like last show. But it's still... I'm like my own parents when it comes to like scolding myself, which is to say, I never let myself forget anything I've done. I once was helping my mother garden, and she wanted me to move a pot, and it was... I admit, this was a pretty stupid thing to do, but I did this, like, 7 years ago, and she still brings it up. I picked up the pot, I carried it over to where she wanted it to, and it was about waist level. It was, like, 2 feet off the ground, and I assumed it was a little more sturdy than it actually was. It's like a porcelain pot, or whatever they're made of. Ceramic? Yeah. Just pot. I just let go of it and let it drop, and it shattered. And every time I help her pick something up since then, she's like, now set it down, Sawyer, don't drop it. 7 years. So now, that's gonna... I do that with myself. I go, remember, it's the monthly show. You have to go on for a while, not just 20 minutes. Another thing I wanted to talk about. I've wanted to just discuss this for a while. Whenever I get the chance to bring it up, is there tends to be... There's a pattern with the games I play, because I play 2 games. It's like game A, game B, and then Captain's Log. is I tend to dread one game. So this doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes I have a wonderful experience with both games, but sometimes I'll be like, "Oh, great, it's Thursday. I gotta play Ender Lilies, or whatever day Ender Lilies was on." And I think that was for most recent examples I can think of this for them are Arkham Origins, because I had a lot of trouble commentating for that one, because I didn't want to spoil the story, but I didn't have much to talk about that wasn't the story. Ender Lilies, as I mentioned, Subnautica Below Zero, Dark Souls 2, if you couldn't notice. I may have to go to see what lists I have. The altars, I don't think I ever dreaded the altars. Kind of. I was actually quite excited to play the altars. Oh, I think it, Chain of Memories. Chain of Memories was like a, oh boy, we get to do this again game. I don't think, it wasn't Spectre of Torment. Sonic Forces. I forgot I played Sonic Forces. Why did I? Because I lost a bet, but it's... Ugh. That was a really short series. How long was that? I don't know. I like the thumbnail for it. I like the cityscape. I think I do pretty good backgrounds sometimes. I mean, some earlier ones, it's like it's just a solid color. Or like a line, and then a solid color on the other end of each line. That's a big issue in some of the older thumbnails. But I kicked that habit. But now I do a lot of gradients. Oh man, I'm on the DeviantArt page right now. Oh, there's so many gradients. Gradients and shadows, which is to say, I'll like. This is pretty apparent in the Spectre of Torment and Arkham Origins thumbnails. But I would do so many where I would just put a layer above the entire canvas. How did I forget that? Brain fart. Anyway. And then like erase parts of it to make them to make stuff glow, like the moon and the Arkham Origins and Riddler crap. I think I did that a lot more with finales, though. Oh yeah, no. The past few finales have all kind of had that effect. But I mean, it makes sense. I am now... I think I've mentioned this already. It's hard to keep track of what I have and haven't mentioned on the show. I try not to repeat myself, but sometimes I do. That's another thing I wanted. I had a dream I wanted to say it. I don't remember if I said. But yeah, I'll end up dreading a game to play and be like, oh great, it's time for this. And they'll go through cycles, because I used to dread the altars, but I actually, as it went on, enjoyed it. And then, as it went on, it fell out of favor. I did not have a lot of enthusiasm for it at the ending, which is why I did the ending I did. Which was quite the talk of the town in the comments. The talk of the comments. That's not the expression, but whatever. Was Ender Lilies the one I started doing? I don't recommend. I did not have fun. I do not recommend this game. I think that's the rating I gave it, because I've started giving them rating where it's like, oh, I don't recommend this game. I did not have fun. You shouldn't play this. It sucks. It's awful, and I hated it. I think I just started doing that. I think that's a coincidence. I said I was going to start doing that at the end of games, and then the first game I did it for, it sucked. Or at least I didn't like it. No, it sucked. As we all know, I am an objective authority on Metroidvanias. I've lost my train of thought again. I keep going on. I keep extending. Oh! Dream. So, I told this to my father in a call. I don't know if I said it here. I just remember drawing it. I've started drawing in my journal more and more. I think that's fun. It's more fun if you're like... I don't know if anyone here has a dream journal. I doubt to find out. But I'm someone who has a lot of wacky ass dreams. I think I did actually. Say this specific dream on here. But if you have a dream journal, no matter how your artistic skill is, try and draw them on the next page. Once you finish explaining it. Because that's what I've done. I take a page or two, and then just draw it out. I've got the dolphin and the wave here. A weird guy. I'm in Time to Kill. I swear, maybe I didn't say this. I definitely mentioned the video game being attacked by birds dream, where it's on and off on a timer. I've been flip-flopping for this so long, I might as well just explain the damn dream and get it over with. So here, hang on. I'll find it. I was sneaking around a fairground. Wait, hang on. God, I can't remember if I said this or not. It's because I... No, I did. I definitely did. I did read this out already. I'm not gonna repeat myself if I know I did. But it's the dream where I was in a fairground and then get chased by zombies towards the beach, and then a dolphin shows up and it's trying to kill me. I did explain that dream. I had another dream. I had two dreams since the giant bird dream. Or I guess I've had three, but I've forgotten two of them. One where I was, I remember it being relating to, like, TF2. They both were relating to TF2, thinking about it. Where I was, like, in the game as, I think, Scout, specifically. But I'm not gonna try and, like, piece together... excuse me. Just parts of a dream that I remember. But it's so annoying whenever because these two, I'm really kicking myself. Because I put off writing them down. I woke up, I did my morning routine, and I was like, I should really write down that crazy dream I had about, like, swimming through the scaffolding on the pier. From, like, swimming between the pillars holding it up on the beach. That's how the dream ended, I remember. The first one. The second one, I think, was more of like a hide and seek kind of thing. But again, not important. Not gonna try and piece together the dreams here, because that's probably really weird to listen to. I mean, this show, this is another, I say I don't want to repeat myself, but this is a talking point that comes up like once a month. But it's the end of the month, so it's your quota. Is how odd this show is. I'm not someone who listens to podcasts, but I know that they typically are not one guy. They are around two people or a large group of people. And they're just talking about, I don't know, current events. Whereas mine, I'm just talking about, I'm trying to, like, did I Did I explain this dream or didn't I? And it's just me alone in my room. There is one thing I find interesting about them. So, they have video. It's not audio based. I mean, it's something that you listen to, but they have cameras in their recording area, filming them sitting at a desk, talking to each other, instead of just having, like, a blank screen, like I do. And that I find really odd. Maybe it's like an algorithm thing, but I don't know anything about the algorithm. I don't cater to it. I don't want to. I did the shorts accidentally. I've been told I should probably do How Riddler's Riddler Lightning Round as shorts, but I've already gotten a bunch of those down. I don't want to, like... I think I can turn them into shorts if I do, like slash. I don't really have an interest in doing that. Besides, wouldn't that mess up the aspect ratio? It'd probably look really weird. But I'm content to keep them how they are. But what would, like... That would probably be kind of tedious to set up if I had, like, my... If I did have, like, video, if I, like, was forced to do so and be more professional or something, I would probably have, like, a costume. I'd dress up in that, like, dark green suit and put on the captain's hat and sit in some kind of, like, chair. I'd definitely have, like, a set or, like, a room I would record this in. And it'd have, like... it would look like just... it would look like the bar at a pier, where it's got, like, a bunch of just knickknacks, all with nautical themes, where it's like, oh, there's a shark jaw, there's a life preserver, there's a steering wheel, there's just a bunch of ocean crab hanging on the walls. And it's just me sitting in a chair, like, fidgeting and talking about crap. I don't think I'd ever do that, though. But one thing that would be funny is if I was, like, on a podcast with someone else and I basically just did this. I didn't let them get a word in. I'd be like, I'm not finished. That's very rude of you. And it's the whole show is me. It's like, oh, unfortunately, Simi, we're out of time. Try and, like, you didn't really contribute this much episode, did you? You didn't really get a word in. I'd have, like, the panels, and I'd, like, mute him. But another thing is, like, oh, besides ruining someone else's show, just having a producer and then just annoying them. Being like, can you pull that up, or can you do this sound effect or some crap? Having some assistant to verbally abuse on air and be like, why aren't you doing this faster? And then they, like, rebuttal us, shut up. Is your name on the show? No. I think that'd be funny to do for one show. But I don't think I'd ever want to do that routinely. Having, like, sound effects or just another... I don't think I would ever want another person. But I think I would probably want to... Simi has been talking about doing a podcast for years. He's been talking about doing a podcast, he's weirdly getting into doing this, like, live action content of late. Well, I say of late. The sprouts are starting to break through of late. He's been planting the seeds and talking about the seeds for years. He's, oh, I'm gonna do like eating food or playing basketball or hide and seek or some other crap. It's just in person. Instead of recording himself playing games, he's just recording himself. Excuse me, do I need a glass of water? Just had dinner. I guess that's maybe... I record this in the evening, and I especially record these, like, earlier than most shows, or most Captain's Logs, because they're so long. I don't want to let them be late. because I don't want to record this at like 3 p.m. or not 3. It's 3 p.m. for them. I still have the U.S. time zone on the computer, but it's 9 o'clock. Or it wouldn't be good to record at 9 o'clock because it's an hour show. So then it goes up at like 4:30 or 10:30. I've had it set to U.S. time for so long that if I were to swap it, I would probably be confused for like a week, and then be like, oh yeah. But that has caused some problems because I've like saw U.S. time as English time. Like I've woken up from a nap and I saw it's like, oh, it's 1 p.m. And it's like, god damn it, that's the whole day. I really gotta set alarms for these. And it's like, no, wait, 1 p.m., not 7 p.m. Because I'd learned to read, like, my computer time, because it's just plus 6 hours. So I'd read computer time on non-computer stuff that would throw me for a loop. I really gotta get back into reading the goddamn Meg. There's 9 books in that series. I haven't finished the first one. I do hope it gets better. As fun as it is to tear apart, it's only fun to tear apart here. Like, when you're reading it, it's not fun. It's a slog. It's just tedious. The only you get through it with the motivation of later you'll be able to tear it to shreds. But right now, it's tearing you to shreds. It's not even... No, it's not tearing you to shreds. It's just sitting there, just callously looking at you. It's just with disinterest in itself. And it sucks. I don't have that much else to say. I don't want to cut it off, so I'll probably try and improv a few more minutes. We could... Oh yes, I could talk about... I could! Look at that! Current events with Captain Vile. Current events that don't matter with Captain Vile. There's probably something important going on somewhere, but I'm none the wiser to it. I'm trying to talk about video games. And video games I've been made aware of through the violence. So, Subnautica 2 is out and about. It's in early access now, but the devs didn't have any weapons in it, or they're not putting any weapons in it to push like a... What was it? They don't want to encourage violence, but it's a survival game. So I wouldn't consider it violence, I'd consider it surviving. I mean, that's... Do you know how do you know how I'm aware they didn't do it? Because the cataloger made an edit of all the times in Subnautica 1 and Subnautica Below Zero where I got bored, got in the prawn suit, and attacked leviathans with a drill. And it's 2 minutes long. I mean, I think there's probably more footage they could have pulled from, but they just made a 2-minute video, which I said on stream. I do appreciate any work someone makes for me, or like of me, I guess. I'll be thankful for. Even if it's kind of being like, yeah, there's a lot of examples of Captain Vile just attacking animals in this game, which is pretty funny considering the game we're going up next is the forest. But in that game, again, it's a survival horror. But it is also a survival horror where you can hunt mutated humans and animals, and you can make furniture out of the mutated humans, which I'm planning on doing. My base is going to look horrific. Because it acts as a deterrent, but also looks kind of cool because you have like skulls everywhere. But the AI in that game is pretty advanced, so they have a bunch of cycles they'll go through, so it'll be fun to play. Even though I didn't get to do anything in Sons of the Forest, which is the sequel. But it's a rather old game. I think it's an old game. Hang on. I get the feeling it's... This is wrong. This is flat out wrong. But I get the feeling it's like a 2013 game. 2018. That was decently close. This was in early access for a while. I don't know if the release date is when early access went live or when the final version went live. I think it's when early access went live, because you can probably find some early access reviews. Browse all. Hang on. What's the oldest? Most recent. Where's least recent? Recently updated, most recent. There's no... Okay, hang on. What's up all the time? Well, crap. It doesn't let you do that. It only goes most recent. Year. So, piss. But I'm just going to assume 2018. No, here's an early access review. 2016. So, it is the final version. Why don't I just look this up? What am I doing? Going on Steam. The Forest. Release date. Yeah, that's... The Forest. Early access release. 2014! 2014! I'm glad I spent the time to look that up. I right. Well, I was a year off, but I was right. So, game from 2014 or 2018. So, I'm sure everyone's going to be very respectful in the first episode and will not at all go on about how I always play old games. I'm sure I won't see a single comment bringing that up. What's another... What are other games on that? I have a list of, like, not on the channel yet. So, Alien Isolation. This... If it'll load. Hang on. Jeez, Luke, what is taking so long? Okay, fine, we'll pick a different one. Is this a Wi-Fi thing? I've been having Wi-Fi issues all week. Okay, Arkham Knight, that's 2015. I really gotta play Nier Automata. I gotta go back to some games I started but never finished. And another one is Bully, which, WoW Captain Bully, another like 2013 game. Actually, I think that's even older than 2013. No, Bully released. Oh yeah, no, I'm offline. I got Wi-Fi issues. I gotta sort that out. It's annoying. I don't know why it never happens when I'm streaming. I'm thankful it never happens while I'm streaming. But I guess maybe I'm just lucky. But, play a lot of old games. I've got a lot of old games lined up. I've even got new games that are made to look like old games lined up. Well, newer games. Okay, games that are like 5 years old, but that's new. And they're made to look like they're from like the PlayStation era, or the PlayStation 2 era. Alright, is this going already? There we go, it's fixed. There we go. That's a movie. Bully 20... Smart Bully game. What the hell? That's just a swastika. Oh, it's the Kanye West song. Okay, I like the game. 2026. Not 26. 2006. So I am older than this game. I do have Bully. It just constantly crashes. I've gotten the silent patch. It still doesn't work, which is annoying. But I do want to play it on the channel because it's a fun game. It's Grand Theft Auto, but like for preteens, even though preteens played Grand Theft Auto. Anyway, I think this is a short but acceptable length video for a end of the month show. Now, I'm getting a little too hot. I'd like to turn my fan back to the previous setting it was at when I started this recording and cool off. Hopefully you, the viewer, are decently cool while listening to this. I always try and go for, like, making videos not age well, but, like, not be dated, I suppose. But I sometimes when I like call attention to that, I'm like, oh, whenever you're viewing this, because you could be going through the Captain's Log playlist and get to this specific video in like 2030. But like saying that again, I realize how much of a fruitless endeavor not dating the videos is, because I say the date they were uploaded, the like first second of the whatever. You get the point. Just stay cool. Don't overheat. It's bad for you. Thank you for watching again. Goodbye.